Hey bird dogs, today I will be showing you guys how I'm doing my mail campaign. So as you guys probably saw, I'm not sure if I got that part recorded, but in one of my last real estate videos, I was at the seminar with Kamitria Taylor from the house flipping challenge. And if you guys want to go ahead and do that challenge, you can find her all over Facebook or just go to her website, thehouseflippingchallenge.com. She works with students primarily in the Memphis area, but you can always travel. I don't think she'll reject anybody. But this is what I mean, honestly, I really went to refresh myself. My mom went to get educated, and I went to support her and also refresh myself in this whole game of real estate. And so this is what I did, I think, about a week ago. Okay. So with the letters that I'm doing, I don't do regular letters or regular postcards. What I do is I usually do small notes, or I would like to do small notes. I think before I used colored notebook paper, but the thing is, this year I want to focus on just shorter form text instead of long form, because I do handwrite my own letters and that gets a higher response than a corporate looking letter. And so I made sure that I didn't have too much to write so my hand wouldn't get tired. And also I intentionally get colored things so they stand out more. And I also do small envelopes so it's not like a regular looking letter. I want them to open it at least. So it just says, "Thank you for opening this letter. Would you like to sell your property at address?" And I leave it blank so I can put in the address later. "I can give you a fair cash offer. Happy 2020. And then I put at NTW Properties FB, and that stands for Facebook. I will be putting my phone number, but I want to put that probably on the back or on a business card or something. And this is also a family project, so I'm going to be working with my mom and my dad at the same time while I'm wholesaling. So I will be including my dad's construction postcards. So if they don't want to sell the house, they can just get it fixed up, and then my dad will earn money from that. That'll fuel his business. Therefore, I benefit from that regardless, even if I don't get paid specifically from a commission or something. But I also got these stickers. And all the supplies I got, you guys, just please understand, this is very, very cheap to do. All the supplies I got it from Dollar Tree. These were $1. This notebook was $1. And the box of envelopes I got was also $1. So $3 invested. All I have to do is buy some more stamps, and I already have some stamps left over. So it's not like you're breaking the bank and plus adding in gas money for driving for dollars. These are all driving for dollar leads, by the way. These will be sent directly to those. It doesn't cost a lot. It's probably like $10 invested, and we can turn that $10 into $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 depending on the response that we get from the letters. The first mail campaign I ever did, I sent out 20 letters and I made $2,500, or was it 15? Yeah, it was $1,500. So it's always worth it. This is the notebook I got. And so right now I am in the middle of writing. So this is my handwriting. And there is an easier way to do this, but the reason I'm doing it this way is simply because it's easier for me at the moment, and it's just going to be quicker than doing copying at the moment, because my copier is broken. So, but yeah, how many was that? I don't know. I have about 20 to maybe 30 leads that I will be mailing to. And I will be sharing that journey with you all. But I did want to share with you, it's just time to get serious about stuff. I did take a break from real estate for myself personally for 2019. It was a lot of reasons behind that. It's a lot of personal stuff, and also my business stuff just wasn't aligning the way that I wanted it to. And so I personally took a break. I do not encourage anyone to take a break unless your mental health is at stake, your emotional state is at stake, your family is being affected by something. Because this is work. You do have to be available to answer the phone. You do have to be available to go look at properties, or you can hire some bird dogs to go look at properties for you. And I do refer to everybody on my real estate videos as bird dogs. It's not a thing of literally calling you a bird dog. That's just what I call you. I call everybody else rainicorns, and so that's just a thing. But if you are an investor who is watching this, you can always hire some bird dogs to go take pictures for you for properties. I paid my bird dogs anywhere from like $10 to $25. I know I got paid $25 to go take pictures of properties on the inside, and did a video as well. It's really good to get pictures of every single room and to do a video throughout the house. But I also want to emphasize, I did the sticker thing just to get more attention, and I put happy 2020. You don't want it to seem like a super corporate letter, honestly, because that is kind of scary for some people. They probably don't want to face a big real estate company. They might feel skeptical for some reason. So you make it as homey as possible. And we are a family-run company, so it's not like we are a big real estate company, but my online presence that I've created makes it appear so in a way, but it's also family friendly. So if you go to the NTW Properties Instagram and Facebook page, you'll see a lot of family friendly content rather than a bunch of corporate stuff. I make it very homey to the Memphian, and I also keep it very informative with the things I posted on there. And so with the other colors, I do a different sticker on them just to stand out. And that's, yeah. On my envelopes, I put a blue dot on the inside, not on the outside, but on the inside where they're going to look and open it. I may do a sticker at the bottom right here. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but that'll be like a seal type thing. And all that is just branding. This was $1, so I'm not out here like stressed over how many stickers I'm going to use. It's very easy to replace, stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. And I also wanted to show you guys my first contract that I ever got. This is a contract on a house that was actually next door to me, and it was a burnout property. She only wanted $4,000 for the property. I asked her what she wanted. She said $4,000. I was like, cool. Though I think the main reason this one didn't close is because I didn't have a buyer list. I didn't have a buyer base for the area or that type of property. Now, this was April 25th, 2017. And I'm just going to read to you what it says. I will not disclose the seller's name or address. And it's titled Option to Purchase Real Property Agreement. Okay. I don't know where I got this contract from. I always recommend that after these types of experiences, I always recommend you go get a lawyer and have them read over your contract before you have somebody sign it. But this option agreement is entered into between the parties, seller and buyer, below in consideration of and subject to the following terms and conditions. Parties, Tierra Hatley, and or assigns as buyer and seller name. As seller, property address. Offer. Buyer has the option to buy the property at $4,000, period. 30 days. Provisions. Seller understands that buyer's intentions is to find an end buyer and assign this option agreement for a fee paid by the end buyer. So in this agreement, it was clear that I am acting as a wholesaler. I'm not going to buy the house. Seller understands that buyer is acting as a principal in the transaction and is not working as a licensed real estate broker representing anyone in the transaction. Upon buyer's decision to exercise this option, both parties agree to move forward with the necessary standard purchase and sales agreement. Seller may cancel this agreement at any time if they find their own buyer or tenant or decide not to sell. And that is a clause that I would definitely take out because that defeats the entire purpose of the contract. Seller agrees to allow buyer to notify investors that the property is for sale. If buyer does not acquire an end buyer to assign this deal within 45 days of acceptance of this option agreement, this agreement becomes null and void. Seller agrees to allow buyer access to the property via lockbox provided by buyer. All parties agree that property is being sold as is condition unless noted otherwise. No added comments, and then we both signed it at the bottom, and that was April 25th, 2017. And biggest takeaway from that is just make sure you have a buyer's list. Don't put any properties under contract if you're not sure you can close on it, because what happened with that particular deal is I did a listing on Craigslist and somebody found me. They said that they were going to buy it. Then a few weeks later, they said that they had a buyer. Then a few weeks later, they said that their buyer had a buyer. And then it turns out like 4 people were supposed to be involved with this, and it never closed. It never closed, and it was unfortunate. They had to tear the house down, and so it's just a vacant lot now. So even if I was to buy it, it wouldn't be for $4,000 anymore. It would probably be like $1,000. Since there's not even a property to repair, you'd have to start from the ground up to build a new house, which isn't even a problem. That's something I'm planning to do in the near future in other areas. But as far as this was in the 38114 area, there are a lot of buyers who purchase in this area, and the new tax assessor, Melvin Burgess, he is looking at reforming the Orange Mound area. He wants to call it New Orange Mound. I don't know what his plans are behind that, but since our mayor, Jim Strickland, has already implemented Memphis 3.0 into a great big part of Memphis already. It's not finished quite yet, but it's just about finished. I think they're supposed to finish it this year. But yeah, 38114 was where that property was. There's plenty of areas in the Memphis area plenty of zip codes at least in the Memphis area where there's a lot of buyers. On this particular street, it's just not. But I mean, that's okay. You know, you live and you learn. And I think that a lot of people should learn from their first experience. And I think that was one flaw that our first real estate business had. This was not part of our business. I was just going to close this deal as an independent, which is what most of my deals were. I think I only closed one deal under our business's name, and that's not MTW Properties. That was for our previous business that we had a partnership with. And the first contract we got under that business, it didn't close, but that I don't know why that deal was so pressured upon, because the price point was just too high for the area anyway. But regardless, you live and you learn. New year, new contracts. But I did want to share with you guys that this is my purchase and sales agreement that I first had ever. And I was really excited to get the seller to sign it. And it sucks that she trusted me so much and I wasn't able to close on it simply because like I thought I could, but you know, on that particular property, I had people looking at it too. I think I had one person to come out and actually look at the house, but they weren't buyers, they were contractors. And they said that they might have a buyer for it. Didn't hear back from them either. So, you know, get to know people. Build relationships, definitely understand other people's way of investing, understand other people's way of communicating as well, because a lot of people, when they say that they have a buyer, they probably mean that they have a buyer's list and they will send your property out to their buyers. Just make sure you ask them not to email it or post it anywhere. You can like say that they can text their buyers or something. Send out a text campaign so it doesn't seem like a daisy chain. Let me see what else. That's pretty much it to avoid like your property getting, you know, daisy chained out there. I have had properties get daisy chained to the point where buyers don't even want to buy it just because they've seen it before under somebody else. And I'm just like, I'm the one with the contract though. So yeah, living you learn. You learn a lot of lessons. And I'm 22 now. I think that, what years? 3 years ago. Yeah, I was 19. So living you learn. I hope you guys found this video informative. And if you guys want to copy this letter, I will hold it here for a second just so you can look at it. I won't be editing this video. So If you want to screenshot, go ahead and screenshot. All right. I hope you guys have a great 2020, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, bird dogs and unicorns.